Okay, so the last segment, saddles, okay, probably the most complicated one out of all of them to get out of. But Max has managed to do his entry. And again, recognizing that you're in a saddle is probably your best friend. And it's going to be the thing that makes you escape, okay? If you don't know you're stuck on saddle, you're probably going to get caught out, okay? So again, really important to notice the leg positioning of your partner and all the entries that he can do, okay? The first little stage, okay, is a leg pummel, okay? So this is really early on, before Max even manages to catch the heel or my secondary leg, okay? Because Max has an option to go to what we call double trouble, which is this, or he can go straight for the heel, okay? And again, anytime I can hide my heel, I'm gonna always kind of aim for that, okay? But sometimes the person just collapses onto the side, so we don't have an initial option to go there, okay? So this is when the leg pummel is really important, okay? I can use one hand to hand fight if I have to, but it basically works like this. I'm gonna bring my foot all the way into this gap, and I'm gonna try to kick Max's leg open so I can slip my knee out, okay? Again, sometimes I see people doing this by grabbing their own leg and then bringing it through this little gap. If Max makes it super tight, so triangle your legs, and even if the space seems quite small, it's quite easy to get into there and then just kick to get out of the position, okay? So that's our really early counter, all right? Now, if Max takes the heel hook, right, and also gets, double trouble, so both of my hands, our body positioning here is the key to a good escape, okay? Again, double trouble is usually done to stop me and slow my escapes down, okay? So Max has the time of the world now to start setting up his chains and moves and attacks. So I need to take this time that I know that I can't escape to at least put me in a starting point that I can escape a little bit better. So come up to both of your hands, and my goal here is going to be to tilt Max to the side and hide my heel at the same time, okay? So we've done at least one job. We've managed to hide our heel. We're still stuck, okay? So we can start using hand fighting here, but eventually what we're trying to do is just slip our kind of non-heel hook leg away so we can start doing our running man escape, okay? Which is pushing the knee, extracting our knee, and building up our base to extract, okay? But again, if Max does an entry on me, okay, so he's here and he just manages to drag my leg, get into the position, and also get double trouble, my first goal is try to build up your hands and tilt your partner to the side, okay? This is where they're gonna try to attack your foot, okay? You might have to hand fight a little bit, and eventually Max is gonna change to the heel hook by trying to go belly down, try to find your heel there, okay? And that's where we need to have a little bit of knowledge about heel slipping and building up our base, okay? By building up our base, I mean, you see this leg hook that Max has? This can slow me down. So I need to elevate my hips and start going into a handstand so I can extract my leg and then get my knee through, okay? So that's our traditional kind of running man escape, okay? So that's my last little tip for saddle is, okay, if the person does manage to catch your heel, okay, we don't have much time here, right? And it really depends on Max's knowledge to kind of finish the move. Max can bridge into my knee, or he can lie back to try to finish, okay? Those are the two types of finish most people do, right? It isn't quite done yet, okay? So if you have the option to take at least one of my partner's arms with both of my hands here, okay, and use my other foot to kick free, you might be able to save yourself and maybe try to slip your knee out, okay? Again, it's a little bit dangerous to do, because if you cannot break this and the guy has a good, decent knowledge on how to finish the heel hook, you can damage your knee, okay? So I would save this until you're really confident at your escapes, okay? Or if it's like a comp scenario that you feel like you're all right. But that's pretty much it, okay? Eventually you guys will learn how to toe fence as well, which is where I place my foot somewhere in the middle of armpit over here to make it harder for Max to find the heel, okay? So I'm just kind of like twirling it around, right? And there's loads of tricks that you can learn to kind of hide the heel and extract, but all of it remains the same. At some point, I do need to extract the knee, and that's more important, okay? That kind of concludes our kind of heel hook lesson. Again, it's really complicated stuff, but once you get the rhythm and the escapes and understand the positions that you're in, it's actually easier to escape than it is to finish the hook sometimes against two good leg lockers, right?